Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon. But oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in time. 4 nights will quickly dream over in time. And that the moon, like to silver go, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnity.
Go, illustrate. Stir up the Athenian youth to merriments. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love doing thee injury. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Happy thee, Theseus, our renowned duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I with complaint against my child, my daughter, Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her windows sung with feigning voice verses and feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, and turned her obedience, which is due me, to stubborn harshness. And my gracious duke, be that she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius, I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall either be to this gentleman or to her death.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid. To you, your father should be as a god, one that composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but as a form in wax by him imprinted, and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is. But in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather, your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me, for I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether, if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun, for I to be in shady cloister mewed, to live a barren sister all your life.
So I will grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent over to his lordship, whose unwishing yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing date betwixt my love and me for everlasting bond of fellowship. Upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for high austerity and single life.
Oh, relent! Sweet Hermia and Lysander, yield thy praise and title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Ye marry me.
Scornful Lysander! True, he hath my love. And what is mine, my love will render unto him. And she is mine. And all my rights to her do I estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he is, well possessed. My love is more than his, and my fortunes every way is fairly ranked, if not with vantage, unto Demetrius. And, which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should I not then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll vouch it to his head, made love to Nader's daughter, Helena, and won her soul, and she, sweet maid, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, and come Aegeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. Come, my Hippolyta, what cheer, my love? Demetrius and Aegeus, go along.
With duty and desire we follow.
Now, my love, why is your cheek so pale? How chances the roses there do fade so fast?
Now I feel like for want of rain, which I could well contain from the tempest of my eyes.
I mean, fraud that I could ever read or ever hear through tale or history, the course of true love never did run
No
smooth.
course too high to be enthralled too low.
Or else it were miscrafted in respect
No
to years.
spite too old to be engaged too young.
Or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
No hell to choose love by another's eyes.
Or if there were sympathy and choice, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quickly, bright things come to confusion.
If true lovers were ever then crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny.
Good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee. And to this place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in a wood a league without the town. There I will stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, and that same place that thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Oh, look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed for Helena, whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair, oh happy fair. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns could teach my smile such skills.
I give him curses, he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty, would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face, for Lysander and myself shall fly his place.
Helen, to your minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage upon her watery glass, through Athens' gates we have devised to steal.
And in the wood where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence turn away our eyes from Athens to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius.
Helen. Adieu. As you dote on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or other some can be. In Athens, I'm not as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities, things base and vile hold no quantity. Love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love any judgment taste, wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste. As waggish boys in games themselves forswear, the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when some hurt heat for Hermia he felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then will he the woods tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. For hearing mine to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again. Is all our company here?
You best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll with every man's name thought fit through all Athens to play an our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day at night.
Peter Quince, first, tell us what the play treats on. Then read the names of the actors and so grow to a point.
Mary, it is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you. And a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready? Name what part I'm for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover? Or a tyrant?
He is a lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
That would ask for some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. Oh, condolence of measure. To the rest. Yet my chief humor is that of a tyrant. I could play Hercules rarely, or part to tear a cat to make all split. The raging rocks of shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Thisbe's car shall shine from far, and mark and mar the foolish fates. This is lofty. I'll name the rest of the players.
Francis Flute the Bellows Mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Flute, must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight.
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Let me not play a woman. I'm a big cut.
That's all one. You shall play in the mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
Let me play Thisbe. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe! Thisbe! Here, miss, my love, dear. Thy Thisbe, dear. Wait.
No, you must play Pyramus, and you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling the tailor.
Here, Peter Quinn.
You must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snap the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. And Snap the joiner, you. The lion's heart. And here, I hope, is a play fitting.
Have you the line perfect? Pray you, if it be, give it me, for I'm slow study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar you that I'll do any man's heart good to hear me roar. I'll roar you that I'll make the Duke say, let him roar again. Let him roar
And
again!
you should do it too terribly, you would fright the Duchess and the ladies, and they would shriek. And that were enough to hang us all.
That would hang us.
Every mother's son.
Friends, I grant you, if we should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice, that I'll roar you as gently as dove. Our words were any nightingale.
You must needs play Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man. As good a man as one may see in a summer's day. A lovely, gentleman-like man. Therefore you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I'll undertake it.
But masters, here are your pies! And I am to entreat you, to request you, and to desire you to calm them by tomorrow night, and meet me in the palace wood outside the town by midnight. There we will rehearse. For if we rehearse in the city, we'll be dogged with company and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw up a bill of property since our play won. I pray you, fail me not!
And there we will meet. And we may rehearse. Walls and ceilings. Courageously. Take pains. Be perfect. Outdo.
At the council, we meet!
Enough. Hold her cup bowstring.
How now, spirits, whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire. I do wander everywhere, swift within the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen to do her orbs upon the green. The cow sits tall, and her pensioners be in those gold coats, those be rubies, fairy sabers, and in those freckles live their sabers. Farewell, thou lob of spirits, and home gone. The queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell in wrath, because that she, as her attendant, hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train, to trace the forests wild, but she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers and makes them all her joy, and now they never meet. In grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen, but they do forswear that their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and make me quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Aren't you he that fights the maids in the villagery? Skim milk and sometimes labor in the churn, and bootless make the breathless huswife turn. And sometime make the drink to bear no barm, mislead night wanderers laughing at their harm. Those that hobgoblin call you my sweet pup. You do their work and they shall have the luck. Are not you he?
The speakest are right. I am the merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile, when I, a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal. Sometimes look I in the gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks against her lips, I bob. The wise is gaunt, telling the saddest tale, sometimes, for a 3-foot stool, mistaketh me. But slip I from her bum, down topples she, and Taylor cries, and falls into a cough, and the whole choir holds their hips and lock and wax it in their mirth, and knees, and swear, and Mary I was never wasted there! But broom, fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress.
Would that you were gone.
jealous, Oberon. Fairies away. I have forsworn his bed and his company.
Tarry, rash wanton. Not I thy lord?
Ah! Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, in the shape of corn, sat all day, playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest deep of India, but forsooth, the bouncing Amazon. Your buckskin mistress and your warrior love to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus forsake glance of my credit to Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Oh! Didst not thou lead him through the glimmering night from Perigona, whom he ravisheth, and make him with fair angels break his faith with Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy! And never since the Midsummer spring went we on hill, in dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain, or by rushy brook, or on the beachage margin of the sea, but with thy balls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, hath sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land made every pelting river so proud they overboard their continents. The human mortals want the winter here. And through this temperature we see the seasons alter. The summer, the spring, the childing autumn, the angry winter change their wonted liveries, and an amazing world by their increase now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then?
Oh.
It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of youth. His mother was a votress of my order. And in the spiced Indian air by night, she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, when we had lactating sails conceived, and drove big belly in the wanton wind, with she following with pretty and with swimming gait, her womb, which with my young squire would imitate, and sail upon the land, to fetch we trifles and return again, as if some voyage rich with merchandise. But she being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you to stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our rounds and see our moonlight rebels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with you.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away! Shall chide thy right if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way! Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest that very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and earth, Cupid, all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature it sees. Find me this herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she, waking, looks upon. She shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? Thou toldst me they were stolen under this wood tonight, and here I am, wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence get thee gone, follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair, or rather, do I not, in plainest truth, tell you that I do not, nor cannot, love thee?
And for that, I do love you the more. I am your spaniel. And Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Treat me as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you.
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one who loves you not, to trust in the opportunity of the night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege.
I will run from thee, and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath such a heart as you.
Ugh, let me go, or if thou wilt stay, do not worry, but that I will do thee mischief in the woods.
I, in the temple, in the town, in the field, you do me mischief. I'll follow thee, and make a heaven of hell to die upon the hands I do love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there?
Aye, there it is.
Oh, I pray thee, give it to me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows. There sleeps Titania, sometime of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And with the juice of this I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Effect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she on her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Come sing me now asleep, and to your offices and let me rest. Every day I walk along the riverside, thinking to myself how the dreamer's storm has come and gone, and now I'm all alone again. Do you ever wonder why there's a teardrop in your eye when the morning comes? And have you ever tried waking up in heaven, talking to the wind? Yeah, here I go again, just dreaming. Yeah, here I go again, just dreaming, just dreaming, just dreaming.
Hence away. Now all is well.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, Do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake. Be it ox or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair, in thy eye that shall appear, when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you fainted wandering in the wood, and did speak troth, I have forgotten our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good to tarry the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander, find you out of bed. Lie upon this bench will rest my head.
One turf should serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, one trove.
Nay, Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense sweet of thy innocence. Love takes the meaning and love's conference. I mean, that unto my heart, yours is knit so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained with oath, and two bosoms in a single troth, and by your side no bedroom need deny. For lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily, but gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. Such separation as may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant and good night, sweet friend, thy love never alter till thy sweet life ends.
Amen. Amen to that fair prayer, say I. And I end life when I end loyalty. Here's my bed. Sleep, give thee all his rest.
Without that wish, for which his eyes be pressed.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none on whose eyes I might approve the flower's force and sturdy love. Night and silence. Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he my master said despised the Athenian maid. And hear the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul. She durst not lie near this black love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thine eyelid. So, awake, when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Stay, go not kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee, hence, do not haunt me thus.
Oh, look how darkly we do not so.
I say, on thy peril, I alone shall go.
I'm out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia wheresoever she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears, if so, mine eyes are oftener washed than hers. But who is here? Lysander? On the ground? Dead or alive? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake!
Jump through fire, I would for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helen, nature shows art. Through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where's Demetrius? How vile a word is fit a word to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. Lord, what, because he loved your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content? With Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes with her I've spent. Not Hermia, but Helena who I love. Why should he change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier raven.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not enough? Is it not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never did deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye, but you must flout my insufficiency? Good trope, you do me wrong. Good suit you do in such a disdainful manner me to woo. Fare you well. Force, I must confess, I thought you, Lord, of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady that one man refused should of another therefore be abused.
She's not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayst come thou Lysander near. So thou, by my surfeit, by my heresy, and all be hated but the most of me, to all my powers address her love and might, to honor Helen, and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander, help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast! I me for pity what a dream was here. Lysander, look how I quake with fear. Methought a serpent came and ate my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel pride. Lysander? What? Removed? Lysander, speak if you can hear me! What? Gone? No sound, no word? No? Then I perceive you are not nigh. Neither death or you will find immediately. I'm giving you.
We all met.
Pat, and here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage. This hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quint,
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
there are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself. Which the ladies cannot abide. I'll answer you that.
Fire, lock, and a parlor sphere.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed. And for the better assurance, tell them that's I, Pyramus, and not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver! That will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
Nay, write 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourself to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is the most dreadful thing, for there is not more fearful wildfire than your lion living. We ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must say that he is not a lion.
Nay, let him name his name, and let half his face be seen from the side of the lion's neck, and there, let him name his name, and there indeed, he must tell them plainly, he is Snout, the joiner!
Well, it shall be so, but there are 2 more things. That is to bring the moonshine into the chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe did meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine the night we play our play?
A calendar. Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine.
Oh, yes, it does shine that night.
Why then, we may leave a casement by the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye, or else one must come in with a lantern and a bush of thorns and say he comes to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine. Then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through the chink of a wall.
Well, you can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall. Let them have some loam, or some plaster, or some rough cast about them to signify wall. Or let them hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
Well, if that be so, then all is well. Come, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you speak, entering through that break, and so everyone, according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What? A play floor? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see callers.
Pyramus, speak, Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savors sweet.
Odors.
Odors. Odors. Savors sweet, that hath my breath. My dearest Thisbe, dear. But hark, a voice. Say thou but hear a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus that never played here.
Must I speak now?
Marry must you, for you must understand. He is to go but to hear a noise, and it is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose and a triumphant briar. Most brisky juvenile, most lovely Jew. As true as a truest horse that would never tire. I'll meet thee Pyramus and middies too.
That is too, man! Why you must not speak that part yet? That you answer to Pyramus. You speak your part all at once, cues and all. Pyramus, that is your cue. It is never tire.
As true as a truest horse that would never tire.
If I were fair, fair Thisbe, I were only thine. What do you see? See an asset of your own, do you?
Bless thee, bottom, bless thee, thou art translated?
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to frighten me if they can. Well, I will not stir from this spot, do what they can. I will walk up and down here and I will sing, that they shall hear I'm not afraid. Mules, oh cock so black of hue, with orange tawny bill. The throstle with his note so true, the wren with little quill.
What? Angel wakes me from my flowery bed.
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo gray, with note full many a man doth mark, and dare not answer nay.
I pray the gentle mortal sing again. Oh, mine ear is much enamored of thy note.
So is mine eye enthralled to thy shape,
And thy fair virtues force before doth move me on first view to say, to swear I love thee!
Thanks, mistress. You should have little reason for that. Yeah, love and reason keep little company together nowadays. More so the pity that some honest neighbors not make them friends. Nay, I can wink upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
If I had enough wind to get out this wood, I'd have enough to serve my own turn.
Out of this wood, do nothing! Thou shalt remain here, or thou wilt or no!
I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth touch upon my stage, and I do love it! Therefore stay with me. I shall give thee fairies to attend on thee. Peace blossom, cobweb, moat, mustard seed! Ready? And I. Where shall we go? Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. To have my love to bed into her eyes, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Not to him! Do him courtesies!
Hail, mortal!
Hail!
I cry your worship's mercy. Heartily, I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
Ah, Master Cobweb, I shall desire you a more acquaintance. If I should cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman.
Peace blossom.
Ah, commend me to your mother, Mistress Squash, and to Master Peascod, your father. I shall desire you a more acquaintance too. Your name, honest gentleman.
Mustard seed.
Ah, good Master Mustard Seed. I know your patience well. That same cow-like ox beef that so hath devoured every gentleman in your house. I promise you, your kindred had made my eyes water here now. I shall desire you a more acquaintance too, Master Mustard Seed.
Come wait upon him!
Lead him to my bower. The moon looks on with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue and bring him silently.
Titania be awaked, and what it was that next came in her eye which she must dote upon in extremity. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress, with the monster, is in love. Near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals that played the bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for Theseus' wedding day. The shallowest thick skin of that barren sort, whom Pyramus presented in his sport, forsook his scene to enter in a break, when I did him, at this advantage, take an ass's knoll, fix it upon his head. Anon as this we must be answered, I led them on, in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there, when in that moment, so came to pass, the time to wake the street where he loved an ass!
Oh, this fool's a better than I could devise! But hast thou yet matched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice, as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping. That is finished too. And the Athenian woman by his side, that when she waked, of course, she must be eyed.
Stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but tried that I should use the word, but thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being large and fled to the deep, and kill me too. The sun was not so true to the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away? It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. Should a murderer look so dead, so grim?
So should the murdered look. So should I, pierced through the heart by your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, do look as bright, as clear as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Ah, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him to me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
How dog out cur thou drives me past the bounds of a maiden's patience? Hast thou slain him then?
Do you spend your passion in a misprized mood? I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee then, tell me that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege never to see me more, and from thy hated presence part I so whether he be dead or no.
There can be no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I shall remain.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight.
Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some true love turn and not a false turn true.
Then fate o'errules that one man holding troth a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens wilt thou find. All fancy 6 years and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes and get he do appear.
I go, look how I go, so to the arrow of the daughter's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink an apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Stand close. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Then will two at once woo one. And that must needs be sport alone, and those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Why should he think that I should go in scorn? And scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I will weep. And in vows born in such nativity, all truth appears. How can any of this in me seem scorn to you, me bearing the badge of fate to keep it true?
You do advance your claims more and more. When truth kills truth, O devilish holy fray, these vows are Hermia's. Will you give her or?
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind. Now you give her or.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helen! Oh, goddess! Nymph perfect divine! What my long shall I compare thine eyne? Oh, crystal is muddy! Oh, how ripe and show thy lips! Those kissing cherries grow! That pure congealed white torrents of snow fanned by the eastern wind doth turn to a crow, and thou wilt lift up thy hand! Oh, let me kiss that princess of pure white, that seal of bliss!
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you all have been to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not cause me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? God, you are men in show. You would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and super praise my parts, when I know you both hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals in love, Hermia, and now rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure tears up in a poor maiden's eyes with your derisions. Not of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia, this you know I know. And with all my goodwill, with all my heart, Hermia's love, I yield you on my part. And to yours of Helena, to me bequeath, who I do love, and will love, till my death.
Lysander, keep your Hermia. I'll have none. If e'er I loved her, that love is gone. Look to your love. Yonder is thy dear.
Never did mockers waste one idle breath.
Dark night, and from the eye his function takes the air after pressure makes. Or in it doth impair the seeing sense and pays the hearing double recompense. Were it not by mine eye, lysander found mine ear, I think it brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly dost thou leave me so?
Why should he stay, whom love not pressed to go?
What love can press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more guilty night than all yon fiery o's and eyes of blood. Why so seekest thou me? Cannot this make thee know the hate that I bear for thee made me leave thee so?
No, you speak not as you think, it cannot be.
Lo, she is one of his confederacy. Now I perceive they have contrived all three to fashion this false sport in spite of injuries. Most ungrateful me. Have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with these foul derisions? Is the counsel we two have shared, the hours we've spent when we chid the hasty-footed time for parting us, is all forgot? This is not friendly. 'Tis not maidenly. Our sex as well as I may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I'm amazed at your words. I scorn you not. It seems you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander as in scorn to follow me and praise my eyes and my face? And made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial. Wherefore speaking this to her he hate? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth affection, by your setting on, by your consent? Why, though I be not so in grace as you, so hung up on love, so fortunate, but miserable most, to love unloved. This you should pity rather than despise.
I understand now what you mean by this.
I do persevere. Counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink at each other, hold this sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. You had any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. Fare you well. It's partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Excellent.
So you do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou can compel no more than she can entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helena, I love thee, I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee to prove him false and say I love thee not.
I just say that I can love thee more than he can do.
Thou say so, draw. Prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, where did you
Away! You! No, he'll seem to break loose, take on as he would follow, but then come not. You are a tame man, go!
Off, thou cat, thou bird, vile thing, let loose from here, I'll shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why have you grown so rude and changes his sweet love?
My love, out, tawny tartar, out! Thou loathed medicine, thou hated potion, hence!
Do you not just?
Yes, Sooth, and so do you!
Demetrius, I'll keep my word over you.
I would I had your bond. Find you see that a weak bond holds you. I'll trust not your word.
What? Should I hurt her? Strike her? Kill her dead? Although I hate her, I will not harm her so.
But what can you do me good or harm me? Hate her! Hate me! Wherefore will we witness my love, my new Hermia! Are you not Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile. Since that you loved me, and since that you left me! Why then you left me of the God's forbidden earnest, shall I say?
Never did I desire to see thee again. Therefore be out of question of hope, of doubt. 'Tis no jest, 'tis nothing truer. I do hate thee, and love Helena.
You juggler! You canker blossom, you thief of love! When have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Blinded faith! Have you no modesty? No maiden shame, no... Will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fight by you counterfeit, you think because she's something lower than myself that I can match her.
Lower! Hard again!
I evermore did love you, Hermia. Did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you. Save that and move on to Demetrius. I told him of your stealth into this wood. He followed you. For love, I followed him. But he had hid me hence. To threaten me, spurn me, strike me, nay, to kill me too. You let me quiet back to Athens. I'll bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go.
Well, get you gone then! What is it that hinders you?
Foolish heart that I leave behind.
What? With Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid. She shall not harm thee, however.
No, sir, she shall not, though thou takest her part.
When she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school. Though she be little, she is fierce.
Little, huh? Nothing but low and little! Suffer her to flop me thus! Let me go to her!
Get thou gone, you dwarf! You minimus in hindering not grasp me! You bead, you acorn!
You are too officious in her behalf when scorns your services. Let her alone! Speak not of Helena, take not her part. For if thou dost intend never so little a display of love towards her, thou shalt abide it.
Now she holds me not. Now, follow, if thou darest, to prove whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
You mistress! All is coil as long as you nay go not back.
I will not trust you. I no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands that mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer that I can run away.
I'm amazed and know not what to say!
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest, or else committest thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise that I have noited in Athenian's eyes. And so far am I glad it's so distort. For this, their jangling, I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. High, therefore, Robin, overcast the night. The starry welkin cover thou anon with drooping fog as black as Acheron. And lead these testy rivals so astray as one come not within another's way. Like to like to Lysander sometime frame thy tongue, and stir Demetrius of bitter wrong, and rail thou sometime like Demetrius, and from each other wilt thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows doth counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they next wake, all this derision shall seem but a dream and fruitless vision. And back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Whiles I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her changeling boy. And then I will her charmed eye release from monster's view, and all things shall be peace.
My fair king, this must be done with haste. For night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts, wandering here and there, troop home to churchyards, damned spirits all, that in crossways and floods have their burial. Already to their wormy beds are gone, for fear lest they should look their shames upon, they willfully themselves exile from light, that for I consort, black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort. I with morning's love have offering sport, and like a forester the groves may tread, even till the eastern gates, all fiery red, opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turns to yellow gold his salt green streams. But notwithstanding haste, make no delay. We may effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down, up and down. I will lead them up and down, I am feared in field and town. God will lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Wherefore art thou proud, Demetrius? Speak thou now!
Here, villain, drawn and ready, where art thou?
I'll be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Lysander! Speak again, thou coward! Thou runaway! Art thou fled? Speak! In some bush? Or dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes thou lookest for wars, and wilt thou come? Come, recreant! Come, thou child! I would thee with the rod! He is defiled that draws a sword on thee!
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice, we'll try no manhood here!
He goes before me and still calls me on. I go to where he calls and then he is gone. The villain is much lighter footed than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. Befallen am I in dark uneven way. He will rest me. Come now, gentle day, for but once show me thy grey light. I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Ho, coward! Why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest! For well I wot, thou runs before me, shifting every place, darest not stand nor look me in the face. Where art thou?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay then, thou mockst me. Thou shalt find this dear if e'er I thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way. Tameness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. By day's approach, let me this ahead.
Oh, weary night, oh, long and tedious night, bake high hours, shine comforts from the east that I may back to Athens by daylight. Sleep that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but three? Come one more, two of both kinds makes up four. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with the dew and torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me till the break of day.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye, and the country proverb known that every man shall have his own, in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all will be well.
Come sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick muskrats in thy sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready?
Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready.
Monsieur Cobweb. Good, Monsieur. Get you your weapons in hand and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on top of the thistle and bring me back the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, Monsieur. And good Monsieur, have a care the honey bag break not. I would loathe to have you overflowing with the honey bag, Signor. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready?
Ah, give me your niece, Monsieur. I pray you leave your courtesies.
What's your will?
Nothing but to help carry Peas Blossom to scratch. I must to the barbers, for methinks I have marvels hairy about the face, And I am such a tender ass. My hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
What wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonably good ear for music. Let's hear the tones and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Truly a peck of provender. I could munch a good dry oat. But methinks I have a strong desire for a bottle of hay. Good hay. Sweet hay had no fellow.
I have a venturous spirit that shall stick out the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nets.
I'd rather have a handful or two of dried peas. I pray you, do not let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world, there's nothing to it. There is no life I know that compares to pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world, there's nothing to it. There is no life I know that compares to pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. If you truly wish to be.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. So doth the woodbine the sweet honeysuckle that gently entwists, the female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity. For meeting her of late behind the woods, seeking sweet favors from this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her. For she his hairy temples had rounded with coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and that same dew that sometime on the buds was wont to swell like round and orient pearls, stood now within the pretty Floriette's eye, like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, and then did ask of her Indian boy, which straight she gave me, and sent her fairy to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the child, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And, gentle Puck, remove this transforming scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he, awaking when the others do, may all again to Athens repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexations of a dream. But first, I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou was wont to be, see as thou was wont to see. Dian's bud, or Cupid's flower, hath such force and blessed power. Now, Titania, wait you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how I loathe his visage now. Ooh.
Silence a while. Robin, take off this head. Titania! Music call, and strike more dead than common sleep all these five the sense.
Music, ho, music such as charmeth sleep.
Now when thou wakest with thine own fool's eyes peep. Fairy King, attend and mark, I do hear the morning lark.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came to be this night that I, sleeping here, was found with these mortals on the ground.
We will, fair queen, up to the mountain's top. But soft, what nymphs are these?
Oh, my lord, this is my daughter here asleep, and this, Lysander. This is Demetrius, and this is Helena, old Nadar's daughter. I wonder of their being here.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Aegis, is not this the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Good morrow, friend! St. Valentine is past. Begin these wood birds but the couple now?
Pardon, my lord?
I pray you all stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world that hatred is so far from jealousy to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking. But as I swear, I cannot truly say how we came here. But as I think me, so there were truth in my words. But now as I think me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to escape from Athens, which we might...
Enough! Enough, my lord. You have enough. I beg the law. The law upon his head.
Good, my lord. Fair Helen told me of this, their stealth, of this their purpose hither unto this wood tonight, and I in fury did follow them. Fair Helen, in fancy, following me. But, good my lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is. My love for Hermia melted as the snow seems to me now. The object of love of my eye is only Helena.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we more will hear enough. Aegis, I will overbear your will. For in the temple, by and by, with us, these couples shall eternally be knit. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things, you seem small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
Methinks I see these things in the pot and I, and everything seems double. Methinks I see Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think that the Duke was here, and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father, and Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why, then it seems we are awake. Come, let us follow. And, by the way, let us recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me and I'll answer. My next is my fairest Pyramus. Hey-o, Peter Quince. Flute, the bellows mender. Snout, the tinker. Starveling! God's my life stolen hence and left me asleep. I've had a most rare vision. I've had a dream passed with a man to say what dream it was. Methought I had, no man can tell what. Man is but an ass if he were to expound this dream. Methought I was and methought I had. Man is but a patch fool if he were to offer what methought I had. The eye of man have not heard. The ear of man have not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste. His tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I shall get Peter Quince to write me a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. And I'll sing it at the latter end of the play before the Duke. A peradventure, to make it the more gracious, I'll sing it at her death.
Now and then, when I see your face, it takes me away to
To Bottom's house. Is he come home yet? He cannot be heard of. I would doubt he is transported.
Oh, he goes not, and the play is marred. It comes not forward, does it?
It is not possible. There is no man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
Oh, no, he has simply the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
Aye, and the best person too. He is but a very paramour for a sweet voice.
The Duke's coming from the temple. And there are two. Or three. Lords and ladies more merry. If our sport had come forward, we had all been made men.
Oh, sweet Polly-bottomed, a happy lost sixpence a day during his life, and he could not escape sixpence a day. If the Duke had given him sixpence a day playing Pyramus, I'll be hanged. Oh, you would have deserved a sixpence a day in Pyramus or nothing.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Courageous hour, almost happy day.
Masters, desire to discourse wonders, but ask me not what, for if I were to tell you, I am not the true Athenian. I will tell you everything right as it fell out.
Tell us, sweet bottom.
Not a word from me. All I'll tell you is the Duke had dined. Get your apparel together, good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Every man go over here his part. Meet presently at the palace for the long and the short is our plays preferred. Words away! Go away!
Strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables nor these fairy toys. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact.
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witness it than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy, howsoever strange and admirable.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your heart.
More than to us, wait upon your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now. What masks? What dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are at hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Call Phyllis straight!
Dear my Theseus,
Say what abridgment have you for this evening? What mass? What music? How shall we beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
a play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I've known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious for an all to play. There's not one word apt, one player fitted. And tragical, my noble lord, it is. For Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which, when I saw rehearse, I must confess, made mine eyes water, but more merry tears for the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never labored in the mines until now, and now have told them their unbrief memories with the same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, my noble lord. It is not for you. I have heard it over. It is nothing. Nothing in the world. Unless you can find sport in your intent.
I will hear this play, for never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in.
So please, your grace. The prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this play, but wonder on, till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady Thisbe is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth present wall, that vile wall which did these lovers sunder. And through walls chink, poor souls they are content to whisper, at the which let no man wonder. This man with lantern, dog, and bush of thorn presenteth moonshine, for if you would know, by moonshine do these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb, there to woe. This grisly beast which lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright, and as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, to find his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereat, with a bloody blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast, and Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest,
moonshine, wall, and lovers twain, at large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
It is no wonder, my lord. One lion may what many asses do.
In this same interlude, it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, do present a wall! And such a wall as I would have you think that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did often whisper very secretly, this lime, this stone, this rough cast doth show that I am that wall. Truth is so, and this the cranny is right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Oh, grim-looked night. Oh, night with hue so black. Oh, night, whichever art thou and day is not. Oh, night. Oh, night. Alack, alack, alack. I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot. And thou, oh wall, that sweet, oh lovely wall, that stands between her father's ground and mine. Oh wall, oh sweet, oh lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall. Jove shield thee well for this. What see I? Not Thisbe do I see. Oh, wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss! Curse thee for thus deceiving me!
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
In truth, sir, he should not.
Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You should see it'll fall past as I told you. Yonder she comes.
Full often hast thou heard my moans for parting, my dear Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones. And thy stones with wine and hair mixed up in thee.
I see a voice. Now, the chink in the wall, as I spy so I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love! Thou art my love, I think.
Kiss me through this hole of this vile wall.
I kiss the walls, although not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straightway?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and being done, thus wall away doth go. Wall!
This is the silliest stuff that ever I've heard.
If we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Here come two noble beasts in, a man and a lion.
You ladies! You whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here when lion rough and wildest rage doth roar. Ah! Know that I, as Snug the joiner, am a lion's fell, nor else no lion's tam. For if I should as lion come into strife into this place, 'twere pity on my life.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present, myself in the moon do seem to be.
Proceed, moon.
All I have to say is this lanthorn is the moon, myself, the man of the moon, this thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog's my dog.
Oh, will this be old Minnie's too? Where is my love?
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, Moon. Surely the moon tides up a good breeze.
Well housed, Lion.
And then came Pyramus.
And then the lion vanished.
Sweet moon. Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright, and by the gracious your golden glittering gleams. But stay, oh spite, but mark poor night. Eyes, do you see? What can this be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear! Thy mantle good. What? Stained with blood? Approach, you furies! Oh, come, babes! Come! Come, thread and throw! Oh, wherefore nature stittest the lion's frame? Since vile lion hath here devoured my dear, which is, no, which was, the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that light, that looked with cheer. Come, tears, confound! Sword and ruled the path of Pyramus. Aye, they left that which heart doth pop. I die. Am I dead? Now am I fled? Thy tongue lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Take thy flight. Now I die!
These lily lips, cherry nose, these yellow calcium cheeks are gone. Are gone. Oh, make moan, his eyes were his green as wings. Oh, sisters three, come to me with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gauze, and you have show which shins this thread of silk. Tongue, not a word, come, trusty sword, come blade, my breast and grill. And farewell, friends, thus this begins. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Moonshine and lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and wall too.
I assure you the wall is down that part of their fathers. Would you like to see the epilogue? Or hear a bergamat dance between two of our company?
No epilogue, I pray you. For your play needs no excuse. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers, to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time. I fear that we shall outsleep the coming morn as much as we this night have overwatched. This palpable gross play hath well beguiled the heavy gate of night. Sweet friends, to bed. A fortnight hold we this solemnity with nightly revels and new jollity.
Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray. To the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be. And the issue there create ever shall be fortunate. So shall all the couples three ever true in loving deed. And the blots of nature's hand shall not in their nature stand. Never mole, hair, lip, nor scar, nor mark prodigious, such as are despised in nativity, shall upon their children be. With this field do consecrate, every fairy take his gate, and each several chamber bless, through this palace with sweet peace. And the owner of it blessed, ever shall in safety rest. Trim away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this and all is mended. that you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear. And this weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not apprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest Puck, if we have unearned luck to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the Puck a liar call. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends. And Robin will restore amends.